信号はいつも通り飛んでまた止まってまた飛びそうだ心コネクト古代人と恋したもうすごくエクト古速的なロマンスは夢に踊るの月の明かりが僕を包んで鳴り響く音体を飲み込んでいくもう恐れることを感じないくらいの眩しさに今心を狙われているの回る世界は
Well, I hope my camera is working because, hello, good evening. So, since ako lang yung mag-isa ngayon na mag-stream, so, yun. So, I hope I hope kita niyo ako sa camera. It's too dark in this room, pero let's see. Tingnan naman maliwanag. So, hi guys. Mahina. Okay. Can you hear me now, guys? Can you hear me? Okay, so, ayan, good evening guys. So, welcome to PCG Kid Talk, episode 3, in which napili namin na sagutin ang mga tanong ng community. So, nakapag-compile kami ng maraming katanungan actually from our community. From our post last week, actually last week pa yata yun, I cannot remember dahil busy din ako. And together with my other co-host here at the talk, medyo busy din sila. So, Robbie and Moses were busy finishing their final requirements since it's finals pa-approach na siya. Yuji is busy because it is his first week of work and Jay is, I think, playing. Sabi niya, mamaya na daw siya or ako daw muna. So, I'll try my best to answer all of the questions that we have. Palapit po ng mic, konti lang po. Teka lang po, ayusin lang po natin ha. Actually, pwede naman nating yan. Yan, mas malakas na. Okay na. Okay na. Okay? So, ayun, I hope na hindi siya gano'ng malakas. Kindly tell me guys if masyadong malakas yung mic so I can adjust it properly. So, ayun. So, there are a lot actually of questions. Sorry, may umiiyak sa tabi. Ayun. So, there are a lot of questions that have been posted or that have been commented to the post. So, let's start actually. Okay, let's start with so let's start with this one. I-edit ko na lang guys mismo dito sa overlay since I do not have much of the time to create a very creative one. So the first question from Enzo Sainon de Guzman. So guys, ilalagay ko yung mga names na nagtanong so that you can recognize yourself and give credits to the questions itself. So question ni Enzo Ziron or Sairon de Guzman is, sa tingin niyo po ba may break ang 3x3 world record before 2018? Yes, kaka-break niya lang last week ng average ni Felix Sendeg sa Malaysian Open if I'm not mistaken. So actually, if I were to ask, dapat world record single then on his second solve in which nag-lock up siya ng husto, dapat low 4 yun. Pero since nag-lock up siya, that was mid 5 seconds solve. Pero I think one lucky scrambles lang maibigay kay Zemtex. Mabreak niya rin yung world record by this year. It's all about being lucky. Sabi nga niya sa page niya or sa YouTube channel niya is, being lucky, is it a crime? So, galing actually yung kay Eric Akishdijik kung naabutan niyo po siya. So, just to give you an idea, si Eric Akishdijik is yung nag-set ng world record na 7.08 which na tumagal ng napakahabang panahon. Okay, so Enzo Sairo de Guzman, thank you very much for your question. So for our next question is from EJ Kutin. Do you think that it is possible to hold the next World Championship or Asian Championships here in the Philippines sometime in the future? Sorry, that's sometime in the future, medyo cut lang ng konti. Angat ka natin ng konti. So, there we go. Okay, do you think that is possible to hold the next championship or Asian Championships here in the Philippines sometime in the future? Okay, so I don't want to excite anyone about this one, pero there is a plan set by our senior WCA delegate John Edison Ubaldo in which gusto niyang i-push through ang Asian Championships by 2020 or 2022. I I forgot the details. Pero, don't expect so much about it. Wala pang solid plan. Hindi pa na-propose sa board since Asian Championship will be next year on Taiwan. Matagal-tagal pa yung kasunod. So, don't be excited about it. Marami pang factors na kailangan i-consider bago tayo mag-held ng isang malaking event such as Asian Championship or World Championship. But for now, masasabi kong hindi pa ready ang Philippines for a World Championship. Okay? So, EJ Kutin, thank you very much for your question. Okay, so let's answer this next question from Aljan Banzuela. So, Aljan Banzuela, kung nanonood ka ngayon, salamat sa tanong mo. Okay, so, ang tanong niya is, based on your experience in so many competitions you competed, what lesson cubing gives you? Okay, so, marami. Maraming lesson na binigay sa akin ng cubing. Pero, one thing that keeps me cubing or tumatak talaga sa isip ko is it's the community that matters. Okay? Kasi without the community, wala yung growth, wala yung mga speedcuber na meron tayo, wala yung mga top speedcuber. Kapag walang community, hindi gaganahan yung mga organizer and even us delegates para mag-organize at palaguin pa ang speedcubing community. Okay? So, maraming lessons. Cubing gives to me from competing itself, syempre, practice. Kailangan mo mag-practice para ma-achieve mo yung mga times na gusto mo. Tatandaan nyo na ang kalaban nyo, ang pinakamalaking kalaban nyo kapag nasa isang competition kayo ay ang sarili nyo. So, of course, you need to practice. Practice efficiently, practice wisely about that. When it comes to judging and officiating competitions, meron tayo dyan na tinatawag na resiliency ng mga decision nyo. Of course, syempre, kailangan firm, kailangan knowledgeable kayo sa WCA rules and regulation. Madaming lessons na tinuro sa akin in speedcubing overall. So, Aljan Banzuela, thank you very much for your question. Next question will be from Brenton Wong. Okay, so I remember this kid. I remember this very young cuber who has been competing in so many competitions already at the minute ko siya. So, Brenton Wong asked, is there a specific age range for you to host your own competition? Okay, so I remember that Brenton was actually wanting to organize a competition in his school. Okay, so Brenton, there is no specific age range to host your own competition, but of course, you as a kid need supervision from an elderly, maybe your teacher, your parents, your guardian, or the community itself. We highly encourage young pubers to organize competitions with the help of their guardians, the parents, or any elderly that can guide them to the proper course of action. Okay? So, Brenton Wong, I hope next time makapag-organize na ng competition dyan sa school mo, and I really like your initiative towards the speedcubing community. Thank you very much for that. Okay. So, wala pa tayo sa kalahati. So, kung meron kayong question sa akin ngayon or something you want to clarify, kindly ask it on the stream. So, nakikita ko yung live chat. Pasensya na, hindi ganun maganda yung overlay ko. But still, I will try my best to answer all questions for your convenience. Okay, so, kay Van, Xyrene, Myrel Lumasag. Oh, Van. Oh, thank you for watching. Okay, thank you for watching. Sakto nabasa ko yung chat mo sa ating chat, obviously. Okay? So, what can you get from cubing? Actually, maraming bagay kang pwedeng makuha sa cubing. So, pwede ka makakuha ng mga disciplines na pwede mong gamitin in any practices that you might want to add, just like efficient practicing. Okay? So, sa cubing kasi, hindi lang basta, solve a lot, discover new algorithm. Hindi lang basta solve a lot na kahit na mag-average of 1,000 ka dyan, kung hindi ka naman natututo ng bagong algs, kung hindi naman efficient ang pag-solve mo, kung puro rat-rat lang naman yung ginagawa mo without being efficient to your turn rate, hindi ka gagaling. Okay? So, yung way ng practicing na yun pwede mong i-apply from other practices. Let's say, for example, from music, from playing instruments, from studying. Okay? So, one thing na sana nagamit ko when I was in college or high school is yung tinatawag na memory palace when it comes to memorization. Okay? So, yung memory palace na yun or rooms, kung tawagin sa multi-blindfolded memorization, is a method of memorizing na kung saan lalagyan mo ng ilalagay mo yung mga objects or yung way ng pag-memo mo sa isang room, and then that's easier to memorize. So, let us say, for example, if you're on an exam and then sabihin na natin isang buong chapter ang ipakabisado sa inyo ng teacher, especially if you're taking medicine, law, or something like that, malaking bagay ang memory palace. Okay? Napakadami what you get for cubing. And especially friends. You can get a lot of friends from cubing. I did not expect that actually. Pero ramdam ko naman na 2008 talaga when I started cubing and attended RCPO. Pero hindi ako sumali. So, napaka-friendly ng community. Of course, respect begets respect. Kailangan lang, of course, kung kailangan respeto, rumispeto ka rin sa ibang tao. For a while. George, actually pareho tayo. Under construction pa. I find it really hard to do multi-blindfolded right now since I am trying to introduce rooms or memory palace into my memorization methods. Okay, so Van, thank you very much for your questions. Okay, so Christian Nagio has a lot of questions for me. So that's Christian Nagio, medyo mahaba nga lang. There we go. Okay. So, Christian Nagio asked, what is your opinion on guns innovation in cubes? Okay. So, actually, nung first na naglalabas ang guns ng 3x3 speed cube, it's a very big innovation nung nag-move sila from 357 to 356 kasi there's a certain level of controllability na nagustuhan ko sa unang version ng gun, 356. Okay? But, as time goes by, for me, parang a little bit improving, pero yung price niya kasi masyadong hefty for an ordinary speed cuber. Imagine 2,000 spending 2,000 for SM, if I'm not mistaken. You can get 1.8 for those second-hand users. Medyo hefty yun. Whilst some of the cubers uses ano nga ba yung mga top cube, GGYX Pro, GTS V2 magnetic, VAP magnetic, and yun. So what is my total opinion kasi innovation in cubes? It's great, but the price is too hefty. Kumbaga kung may i-compare ko siya sa development industry, it's like Apple. Not really Apple kasi you get what you paid naman for gun. It's just that masyado siyang mahal. Okay, what did I accomplish from cubing? So, nung high school ako, I always win speed cubing competitions in my school. Kasi ako lang naman nagpa-practice nun and nothing else. And sa aming city, third ang pinakamataas ko. Third ang pinakamataas ko nakuha ang placing when I was in third year. So, doon ko na-meet sila Marvin, Lianeta, and Presty, which is part of Bulacan Kamanaba Cubers before. And so, their accomplishment is podiums. Nakadalawang beses lang ako podium. Parang multi-BLD at puro chamba pa. If you consider that as accomplishments, yes. Also, being a community leader, when I started going back to speed cubing in 2014, na kung saan nilid ko ang Valenzuela Cubers na ngayon ay Kamanaba Cubers na para dumami yung mga Cubers. Pero ngayon medyo lilo. Alam mo naman yung mga kids natin dati, grown-ups na. So, ayun. of course, being a candidate delegate in an officer of PCA is a very big accomplishment for me kasi ako hindi na talaga ako bumibilis so I want to serve the community nila. Last question from Christian Nagio. Do you think that the hardware will tremendously improve over the years? Actually, we're coming to a point na slowly na lang siyang nag-i-improve. Okay, so way back, Guhong, Zanshi, Waylong, FSR, may kanya-kanya silang technology but as you can notice, if you try to compare those cubes, halos pare-pareho na lang sila ng technology. It's just that yung shape ng mga molds nila nagkaiba-iba na lang. I think there would be improvements but it would be slow since they do not want na biglaan mag-introduce ng bagong technology for the speed cubers. Okay? So, Christian Nage, if you're watching now, I hope you're satisfied with my answer and thank you very much for your question. Next is from my talkgiver from Northern Luzon, Ralph Corpus. Ralph, kamusta ka? So, I hope nanonood ka ngayon para masagot yung tanong ko. Okay. Excuse me. Sa tingin niyo ba posible ulit na magkaroon ng world record holder ang bansa soon on one event and who will be? Why him here or why on that event? Frankly speaking, malabo. Malabo pa sa ngayon. Pero as based dun sa pace ng improvement natin sa skill cubing here in the Philippines, kaya naman. Kayang-kaya. Yan nga lang, by this time being, medyo malabo pa. Fit. Yes, actually, Gerald, thank you for that. Thank you for bringing up that fit. Kayang-kaya talaga fit. It's siguro, practice pa and lucky scrambles lang talaga. Kayang-kaya talaga. Just to give you an idea, our first world record holder and only world record holder is Mar Justin Ampong in his cube with a time of 3.67 seconds. I cannot remember. So, 3.67 seconds nun is very fast kasi yung mga hardware nun, lan pa. At hindi siya kasing ganda ng kung anong meron tayo ngayon. And pretty new ang cube nun, like January. And then March nagkaroon ng world record si Mar Justin Ampong. Okay, so currently hawak niya ang Asian record hold ng single into 1.63 seconds. Yes. Hi Jijolo. Thank you for watching one and just to give you a story on what Jolo has chatted. So that's Carlo Abana's tragic world record. So actually Carlo Abana should be the first world record holder here in the Philippines. But a few minutes after, Mar sniped the time from 3.67 to 3.63, which is a very unfortunate since, of course, sino ba namang ayaw ng world record, right? So, Ralph, thank you very much for your question. So, RV Varon Anasarias asked me, anong masasabi niyo sa mga taong against QB? Ano nga ba? So, ano nga ba masasabi ng mga taong against QB? Actually, wala naman kasi I usually don't give a damn about them. Sorry for the word. Usually, wala naman talaga akong sinasabi sa nila. Basta sabihin nila na, ganyan. Ayoko ng ganyan. Well, they have reasons, but if they are shallow or not, basta ayaw nila. Oh, yes. Anong klaseng against? Just to give you an idea, a school here in Valenzuela actually prohibited students bringing cubes to the school. Kasi, ang reason naman ng management ng school nun is that nagiging istorbo na sa pag-aaral. Like, during classes, maraming speed cubes na nakalatag sa table and it becomes way out of control. Kaya pinagbawal na sa school. But, sad to say that affects Valenzuela cubers in a major way kasi kumonte yung cuber namin. Most of the cubers here in Venezuela way before 2014 and 2015 were actually from that school, and I'm very sad to say na most of the cubers na nagdan ay huminto na. Of course, tumatanda, mas marami responsibilities. Ayun. Tsaka nawala na ng gana. Okay? So, wala tayong masasabi dyan. Next time, pa-specify na lang kung saan against para mas masagot natin ng maayos. Okay? So, ako naman, wala naman masasabi sa kanila. Pero still, RV, thank you very much for that question. So, next question will be from Joshua Levy Passion. What would be the future of Philippine speedcubing scene? The future is very bright, to be honest. As what Robbie have said, mabilis ang progress natin when it comes to world rankings. Pero hindi pa tayo nagdoon. Pero still, mabilis. Maganda ang future ng speedcubing scene natin dito. And, tawag dito. And given the fact na maraming organizers ang gusto mag-organize ng competition here in the Philippines, mas marami tayong makukuhang speedcubers, mas maraming talent na ma-discover. Okay? So, maganda ang future ng speedcubing community here in the Philippines. Okay? So, Joshua, compete lang. I encourage you to compete more. Okay? So, question from Miguel Virosel. Do you think our speedcubing community needs improvement? And why? So, yes. Actually, there are still a lot of things to improve here in our community, like information gathering or information relay, mga ganon. During competition, kung paano i-delegate yung mga tasks. Actually, the-delegate ng maayos is just that kung paano siya ginagampanan, especially judges and scramblers. Marami pa tayong kailangan i-improve sa speedcubing community. Ayun, wala na akong ganong masabi kasi marami pa talaga. Yun lang yung mga points na gusto ko emphasize, especially officiating. Okay? So, Miguel Birosel, I hope na satisfied ka sa question ko. If you still got question to ask, well, just ask it during my post, okay? So, from Matthew Perry Bustarde, do you think reaching sub 2 is possible in 3x3? No. Okay, no. Sub 2 is actually achievable by a robotic program or a robot. Nakalimutan ko yung pangalan pero I have saw done way back 2013 in which na achieve niya 1 seconds actually. I'll try to research it. Hindi lang makapag-tab ngayon since mawawala yung relay ng YouTube chat. What do you think would reach? Who do you think would reach sub 4 single official? Mahirap sabihin eh. Mahirap sabihin ko sino eh, kasi there are a lot of top class cubers around the world. It's not always Felix. It's not always Vok. It's not even Ponce. Maraming pwede. Actually, mahirap i-predict since dati ang juggle lang is between Valve and Zemdegs. Ngayon si Ponce, marami. Ayun. So, Jorel said sub 1 reloaded ang pangalan ng robot. So, nakukuha niya sub 1 kasi ang ginagamit na algorithm doon or ang ginagamit na solution doon is computer generated, which is what they call a God's solution. In which, pag sinabi natin God solution, it's the optimal way to solve the puzzle. Okay, my camera just died. Sorry. Okay, so ayusin ko lang muna yung camera ko. Medyo nag-lock ko. Okay, let's remove the camera muna. I'll fix it later on. Okay, so So, ayun, Matthew Perry Bustarde. I hope I have answered your question. Mahirap talaga i-reach ang 3x3 sub 2. Kasi, imagine the TPS na kayang abutin ng human and yung optimal solution na kayang i-generate ng human via decision making during the solves unless makita niya agad lahat ng possible solutions on the spot immediately. Okay, my camera still doesn't work. For a while, guys. Okay, so my camera didn't stop. I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's proceed. So, Matthew Perry Bustamante, thank you very much for your question. So, ito actually gusto ko tong question na to from my dear friend, one from GRCC, isa sa mga pinaka matagal ng tuber sa Pilipinas. Not actually, this is my dear friend, pinagtitiro ko siya. Ano sir? Never mind. Ay, talaga gawa na ng camera. Okay, so question from Christian Hinkel. What can you say about Nuisance Cubers? So, hindi ko alam kung bakit Nuisance sila, pero nakakaasar sila. Supposedly daw hindi nila ginagawa yung mga bagay na yun, pero I'll just remove it. Okay. It's quite noisy. Ayusin ko next time yung camera ka. Okay. So, Nuisance Cubers, nakakapikon. Like, what's your purpose here in speed cubing community? Like, manggulo? Or mantrip? Like that. Pero, we do not know about sila Nuisance. We do not know about sila Nuisance. May pinagdadaanan ba sila? May problema ba sila? O talagang ganun na sila? We still don't know. Okay. So, how do they affect our cubing community? Actually, if they manage to get the volume in, lalo sa example, dumami sila, parang mangyayari dyan is magulo. Parang, of course, mawawalan ng peace and order yung community. So, ayun. Can you share how you handle them? Okay, so most of the times, just give them a warning. Minsan, yes, I like to do some sarcasm unto them. Minsan napapatulak ko din. I'm so sorry kung meron na ako napatulan sa inyo. So, I'm trying to control it since it's very unethical. Pero most of the times talaga, just give them a warning and block them. Ganun lang. So, guys, please, okay, please, sabi nga natin, respect begets respect. So, kung gusto nyo igalang namin kayo, igalang nyo rin kami. Ganun lang yun. Okay? So, Robbie, kamusta PUBG? Hello. Okay, so, next question. So, Christian Hinkel, actually, nasa kalahati na tayo. So, this question from Alfonso De Claro. What benefits can you get from speed cubing? So, what benefits can you get from speed cubing? Napakadami. Memorization, dexterity. You can improve your dexterity here, your color recognition, what benefits having friends, organization, being professional towards your co-officers, towards the board, towards the other WCA delegates around the world. Benefits for an ordinary cuber, madami. It actually improves your dexterity, your decision making. Not really decision making on the big time. Your color recognition, memorization helps too since kailangan mo memorize ng algorithms. Okay? Alfonso De Claro, thank you very much for your question. So, So, sige, pagsasabay-sabayin ko kayo. Ah, so, ito yung mga question nila. Nakakatawa lang na iisang bagsakan lang sila. Ayusin natin. Okay, so question from George Relunya Rojas and Pio Noah Arsenio. Saan daw ako nakakakuha ng motivation or how to be motivated? Okay guys, so I hope na naririnig niyo pa ako ng maayos kasi medyo maingay yung aso. Ah, ayun. So, paano nga ba maging motivated? Okay, so let me share you a little bit of a story towards my cubing life. Okay, so I actually tried speed cubing because, paano ba? I think I need to share this to you guys since a post wouldn't explain any a lot further than saying those words, no? Okay, so I actually tried speed cubing again way back 2014 because I am depressed. I am really, really depressed during that time due to some relationship problems. So I tried to find myself where do I fit. So, bumili ako ng sulong, cube ako, nilate ko Valenzuela cubers, and ayun, nagtuloy-tuloy. And then, dumating yung time na parang depressed ulit ako. And good thing na my friends keep motivating na, Bill, you should continue. Bill, ano ba yan? Hindi na tayo magra-road trip kapag may speed giving competition. Hindi na tayo magdi-dinner together. Something like that. Okay, so I continued cubing. I find myself going back into it by improving, by getting motivation from the community and the friends na na-develop mo inside the community itself. Okay? So, maraming times na tinest ng mga bagay-bagay ang aking ang aking tatag sa speed cubing community. Pero, where do I get this motivation? I get this motivation, number one, from myself. I need to keep fighting kasi, especially now, I'm a candidate delegate. I'm an officer. I lead a sub-community here at Caloocan, Malabon, Nabotas, and Valenzuela. Okay, so, and from the community itself. So that includes your friends, the cubers that are waiting for you to for them to be rich na magkaroon ng competition sa kanila. Yun. Motivation for improving naman. So, yun yung motivation for cubing. No? Motivation for improving is that you always want to beat yourself. Okay? So, this is how I motivate myself kapag parating na yung competition or kapag sasali ako ng competition. I go to my WCA profile, check what event should I practice on the time frame between I registered or paid for the registration of the event and towards the event itself. Let us for example, 1 month. Anong event na pwede mo practice ng 1 month na mayroon kang significant changes or significant improvement? Or anong trip mo? Anong trip mo na i-improve during that time frame? Ganun yun. Okay? Lagi mong iisipin before you approach the competition. Gusto kong mabit yung time ko. Gusto kong mapalitan yung personal best ko doon sa WCA profile ko. Okay? Yun. That's how you keep yourself motivated for improving. Ayun. So, George and Pio, thank you very much for your questions. So, this is a question from, sorry. Malapit na pala tayo matapos, okay? So, this is a question from Lorenzo Layud. So, tanggalin natin. So, what record would you like to get aside from 3x3 if that's your answer and why? Ano nga ba? Actually, it's very fancy. It's very light. It's very light to the feeling. Siguro kung magkaroon ng world record yung isang tao, especially kung kayo yun, di ba? Okay, so if I want to get a world record, maybe Ang hirap sagutin. Blindfolded events. Specific blindfolded events, multi-blindfolded. I don't know. I find multi-blindfolded very challenging for me. Like, I try to improve, pero hindi ako nag-improve. Pero still, gusto kong kunin yung mga targets ko. And kung magkaka-world record man ako in the future, pero I think malabo, on a 3x3 multi-blindfolded event. Okay? So, Lawrence Alayo, thank you very much for your question. I hope you're satisfied with the answer that I've given to you. Okay. I like this question from Nair Eugene Basinio. Okay? Nair, nakita tayo nung linggo, ha? Okay? So, sasagutin ko yung tanong. Okay? Yes, George, pwede magtanong later. Okay? I'll give 5 minutes for questions to arrive and then let's answer it. Pero after those 5 minutes, wala na ibang tanong. I need to, of course, cut the stream because medyo mahaba na. Okay? So, what does it take to become a WCA delegate? It takes a lot of passion, endurance, professionalism to become a WCA delegate. Yun lang masasabi ko. You don't need to be fast. You don't need to be great at all events. It's just the passion, the professionalism, the urge to lead the community that matters to become a WCA delegate. Okay? So, Ner, kung gusto mo maging WCA delegate in the near future, sure. Sure. We'll help you about that. Pero please, pakita nyo sa amin na deserving kayo. Of course. Okay, so ito napakahaba ng question. Sana fit. Let's put it at 1,000. Okay. So, question from John Rafael Valderrama. I hope nagre-recite siya. There we go. Okay, since the cubing companies have become more innovative in the designs of their puzzles, GES stands for Gas Elasticity System, if I'm not mistaken, and Honeycomb design for GAN and Sculpted Mechanics for Chi. Would Moyu still catch up with those innovations and other companies? If so, what would be the possible innovations or designs that would place Moyu back on top again? Actually, I can answer the part on what designs should they be using on their next cube. But actually, they're not really that behind. Maybe they're behind on other puzzles, such as 4x4 to 7x7. Their 6x6 is good. Way better. I think, in my personal preferences, Weishi is better than Wuha. Since si Wuha, tsambahan mo kapag nakakuha ka ng maganda or pangit. Si Weishi is consistent. Okay, hindi naman siya behind totally, pero on the other puzzles, behind talaga siya. Ayun, hindi ko masasagot yung ibang question kasi hindi ako po engineer and I really do not know anything about sculpting puzzles. Okay. So, this is his last question. Okay. Are you going to Asian Championships next year? I hope. I hope na makasali ako ng Asian Championships next year kasi Taiwan lang siya dahil binigyan na nga tayo ng free visa entry for Taiwan. Sana makapunta talaga kami. That will be on July. Ayun. What are the countries do you think will host the 2019 championships? Do you think our country will be ready for that time to host? I think hindi talaga ready ang Pilipinas para mag-host ng isang World Championships for now. Since there are a lot of factors to consider like security level, where do you place our host, the traffic level here in the country gets worse and worse if you're putting the event in Metro Manila. Napakaraming factors. What are the countries you will think would host Worlds 2019? I think China or Japan. Not quite sure. That's my wild guess only. But it would be better if it would be Japan, China, South Korea, or even US to host the World Championships. Okay? So, John Rafael Valderrama, thank you very much for your question. And for the last question that has been compiled to the list of the commenters. And there we go. Okay? So, Woodnalyap ask, do you think the speed giving community is toxic or cancerous? Hello? Hello? Okay na? Nawala pa rin po ba ako? Oh. Sandali lang po baka may connection problem. Actually, wala naman healthy actually yung stream ko dito. I hope na ayun, okay na. So, okay na. Let's continue. So, Woodnalyap asks, do you think the speed gaming community is toxic or cancerous? Ayan na naman po yung aso. Pasensya na po talaga. Ayan. So, there are cases na meron talagang okay. So, there are cases talaga na meron talaga mga members na toxic cancerous kasi hindi ka natin alam kung bakit. Pero, overall, hindi. I think the speed cubing community is really friendly. It's just that marami talagang competitors ang hindi nag-i-stay or hindi nakikipag-communicate with other competitors during the competition. And also, as what Jorel have said, the online community is really, really toxic at some point. Like, come on guys, hindi kayo ganyan dapat makipag-communicate over the internet. You cannot bring that to the real world. Okay? So, Woodnalyap, hindi po toxic at cancerous ang speed cubing community. I advise you after a competition, you stay for a while and talk to us kapag para sa konting kwentuhan, we would be glad. We would be glad if you will be a part of the dinner or the traditional dinner after the competitions. Okay? So guys, if you have any questions, I'm opening 5 minutes to type in any questions that you want, and we will try to answer that immediately. Questions po? Okay. So, sagutin natin yung question ni Brian Parinas. So, Brian Parinas asked, what does it feel like to travel long distance for cubic comps? To be honest, yung pinakamahabang travel ko pa lang for a competition is Urdaneta. So, that was during the time that I was really depressed as hell. Like, I'm eating a lot of chocolates. I'm daydreaming like hell. Basta, I competed for that just to escape from what I'm feeling. But it's pretty mesmerizing. Napakasarap sa pakiramdam mag-travel ng malayo para sa isang competition. Kumbaga, you're getting to know more about the community from this part. Hindi ka lang enclosed sa community na meron ka. For example, din sa Metro Manila, ganito yung community. Sa iba, ganito pala yung practices nila or ganito sila karami. Kaya, ganun. Okay? So, Brian Parinas, thank you very much for that question. Sino po yung 3BLD solver na pure freestyle? George, mahirap talaga sagutin yan. Question na yan. George, mahirap talaga sagutin yung... I'm so sorry guys, napuputol-putol yung connection ko. So, George, mahirap talaga sagutin yan kasi I do not know the styles of other competitors. So, let's hope na, let's hope na meron talagang umamin na pure freestyle talaga yung ginagamit nila. Pero sabi nga namin kanina sa comment section, kadalasan yan halo-halo yung ginagamit. Okay? So, if cubing wasn't as popular, do you think we still have World Championships or Asian Championships? Or even Philippine Championships? Well, way back no hindi pa popular ang popular ang Rubik's Cube nung retro era. So that was 1980s. Nagkaroon agad ng World Championships. Yun. Okay? So I think that's enough for today. That this is enough for this is session. So I will upload guys this what do you call it, this session on YouTube rather than the session that have been uploaded in YouTube. So for your questions to be for the questions that I have missed para mapakinggan nila. Okay? So ayun lang guys, thank you very much for listening to this podcast PCG Cube Talk tonight. So maybe next time makakasama ko na sila Yuji again. Okay? Shoutout daw kay George. George, compete pa ha? Compete lang. Okay? Maging mabuting miyembro ng cubing community ng Pilipinas. Ayun. So, I hope next time talaga kasama ko na sila Yuji. And quite worrying na ako lang nagsasalita. Ayun. So, thank you very much guys and see you guys on the next session. Thank you!